My mission in this mentorship journey isn't always about making money. Money comes second. The real KPI that I focus on is how many lives can I change. That's what I took into account when I started my mentorship in 2025. And now we're in June 2026. We have 400 people in the program. We've closed a $9 million car wash. We've closed over $100 million of deals. And I love this business. And that's why I want to give everything back to everyone, because it's not just about making money. You learn so much. You learn how to fish for life. You could drop me anywhere in the country. You could drop anyone in my mentorship program in the country, and they will know how to make deals happen. And once you learn how to make deals happen, you learn about different businesses. You learn about the laundromat business, the car wash business, the storage business, the roofing business, the supermarket business, whatever business it is. You're learning about the business, you're learning from millionaires, and you're making a commission while you're doing it. And you're working with great people. Here are some highlights of the last 12 months of what we've done at mentorship.
Hey, my name is Nick, Hedgestone Business Advisor. I met with Mike about 6 months ago, completely changed my life. I have a 9 to 5, getting up 4 a.m., driving in traffic, going to work. Now I am helping people buy and sell their businesses and getting 10% commission on these deals. It's a life changer. It's a game changer. They're super helpful. They're very, very thorough. They'll train you from the first day to the last day that you close your first deal. They give you leads. They give you all the tools you need to make money in this industry. It's worth every penny joining the mentorship program, believe me.
Nicky Numbers, what's going on,
Mikey,
man?
Thanks for having me, buddy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for coming in, man.
My pleasure.
We've known each other. I think you were the first person to join mentorship.
Yes,
I was one of them.
I was in the Pioneer Club for sure. Yeah.
Definitely. What was that? That was like a year and a half ago, right?
It was December 2024, I think.
December 2024. So give me a little background. You were in the union before you started selling businesses. You know, what were you doing? Who was Nicky?
So Nicky was a union construction worker for about 20 years. I operated heavy equipment in the city, all 5 boroughs, mainly water work. So we would dig up water mains, hydrants, valves, all that type of stuff for the city. It was a grind. It was just, I got to the point where I needed to make a move to change my quality of life. I made good money, but it wasn't enough. My wife, unfortunately, is a magician. She makes all my money disappear. 3 kids. So honestly, it was from social media that I saw your mentorship. And I said that it was time for me probably to bet on myself instead of just making other people money, which I've done my whole entire life. I've always been a great employee, no nonsense, always come to work no matter how late I was out the night before. So after speaking with Nick, I decided that it was the time. That day I just had a really bad day in the backhoe, and I said, you know what? I'm going to take this money and put it on myself. And the worst thing that could happen is I'll come back to doing this. And it's been pretty much a rocket ship from that moment I made that decision. A lot of guys helped me under your wing, under a lot of the other guys' wings in Hedgestone. And here we are today, Nicky Numbers.
We got some big deals closing.
Next 2 months should have about $350,000 gross commission.
Whew.
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah. What kind of socks do you have on right now?
We got the porterhouse socks, because that's what all we're going to be eating all summer is porterhouse.
Peter Luger's.
Peter Luger's, baby. That's right. Need a sponsorship.
That's it. So big money coming in. Now, me and you were working on people for the Billionaire Buyers Club, bringing other people into the mentorship.
Yes.
I really trust you and really want to work with you in the mentorship. I feel like, you're a living concept of success, and I really appreciate you helping me with it.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad to help. The guy who got me in, Nick Martello, God rest his soul, he really sold me, but also pushed me in a 5-minute phone call to change my life. You know, he mentioned how he changed his life from what it was. He was a correctional officer in Rikers Island, making nothing, and now he was making almost $500,000. And I was like, either this guy's full of shit or I'm going to be making as much money as him, you know? And here we are today. So I'm happy to kind of share that, what Nick put into me, to other people. And it's honestly, at the end of the day, it's believing in yourself. And if you want to put the work in with this type of career, you could be unstoppable. In the job I was working, no matter how many hours I worked, it was never going to pay me an amount that I could get on one deal that I closed. And that was a huge difference also. The quality of life, being able to have those slow mornings with your family, to be able to not worry about getting called into midnight because there's a pipe broken and you're out with your wife at a restaurant and you got to leave to go to work. It's a quality of life. And to me, that's better than money, because at the end of the day, if I could pick up my kids from school, coach their teams, take them to their games, have off on the weekends to go to tournaments, that's winning, my man. And you know that too, Mike. I mean,
Time is everything.
It's a huge upside, is the quality of life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, your goals in the next couple of years with Hedgestone personally, what do you see yourself doing?
Hedgestone and personally, definitely got to get in the gym, get active, because all that money in my pocket, I have to be able to enjoy it. And that's just a fact. Got to work on that personally. As far as Hedgestone goes, I mean, I would love to, become a team lead at some point, have my own guys. I'd love to be very hands-on with the mentorship as far as, recruiting goes, and helping people understand and, making them put their foot in the water. That's what it is. Once you put your foot in your water, then you could start swimming. But it's just going from that step into the water is really what people are scared to do. And I was scared forever. I mean, if I did this 5 years ago, I would be in a different spot. But happy I did it when I did.
Yeah.
And now this thing is just going up. And that's
You're killing it. You're killing it. You're going to do amazing. You are doing amazing. I'm proud of you. I really appreciate you. And
thank you, Mike. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're family.
That's it, buddy. One too many. Thank you. Enjoy.
The type of person that I look for in my mentorship program, it's not about credentials. It's not about resume. It's about the willing to accept no and keep going forward. The willing to never fail. That's what I look for. If you can go through a brick wall, if you could do whatever you got to do to close, if you execute, if you get shit done, that's what I look for. And I can tell right away with people. I love hearing about their stories. Someone gives me a resume, I rip it up. I don't care. It's about that person. And if they look me in the eye, they have a firm handshake, they're genuine, they have good values, they want to work hard. That's who I'm looking for.
If you could just please state your name and what you do.
Sure. My name is Vince Gebbia, and I am the president and founder of Hedgestone Commercial Realty Division with Michael.
Why did you decide to be a part of this club in any way, form, or fashion?
I would say the networking, the people. I'm probably the stupidest guy in the room, so they always say surround yourself by smarter people. And when you do that, you elevate. All tides rise, every boat. So being in this room, it's magical. It's an experience. Every single person's super successful in every right, and yet here they are. Everybody's super humble. Everybody's shaking hands. How can I help you? Who are you? What do you do? Let's collaborate. What can we do together? That's priceless.
Absolutely. How did you actually meet Michael?
So I met Michael. I used to be a top broker at Element Commercial.
Okay.
Out of Long Island.
Okay.
So when I was in that division, I had one of the guys that worked at Element was telling me about Business Broker King. Obviously Michael's social is huge, right? So I reached out to Michael because I wanted to do more collaboration between Element at the time and business brokering, and say, hey, let's collaborate. We'll give you our business leads, and you give us the real estate leads, you know? So we had a meeting with Michael. I arranged with the president of Element, Michael Murphy at the time. And we sat down, and nothing, like, the relationship started, but it didn't really go anywhere. It just, at the time, for whatever reason, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
But meeting Michael, we immediately hit it off. Became like family. I mean, the guy's one of the most beautiful people. Always wants to help everybody, and when you meet people like that, you just naturally gravitate. There's so many shitty people in the world, and when you meet somebody who's amazing, you know, thank God I'm able to recognize that, and we hit it off, and we started like literally very fast friends from there.
Yeah, I think finding a good relationship, whether it be for business, whether it be, you know, love, whatever it may be, very hard nowadays to come across very good people.
A lot of people are takers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Most people are takers.
Yeah.
Michael's a giver, and, you know, when you have that and you're giving, it's, you know, it's just, you give to get, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah. Where do you see yourself and Michael a year from now?
I would say, I'm going to answer that in 3 parts, right? So,
Okay.
Billionaire Buyers Club, I would say a year from now, we're going to have probably 250 members.
Okay.
That are going to be just a massive network from, you know, north, east, southwest, I guess around the country. Hedgestone Commercial, I think, I know we'll do 500 million in sales, you know, in revenue.
Okay.
That's going to be phenomenal. Then on the advisory side of Hedgestone, you know, Advisors and Group, which I am VTG Group, I'm the CEO of that's my team. And I mean, we plan on doing 100 million in just my team. So sky's the limit, you know, like there's just, we're unstoppable. You know, the caliber of people that we have are unbelievable. And it's, you know, people, processes, systems, and, you know, you're able to scale that with an amazing team. Everybody in our team is amazing. Like, we don't have like bad apples, you know. They like just leave on their own. Somehow they don't resonate with us. You know, with us, we have a huge family, and we're scaling every division, including Hedgestone Media.
Vinny.
Yes.
My brother.
My
Thank
pal.
you so much for coming.
Of course, I love you.
Really
bro.
appreciate it. Love you too.
You're the best.
You're the best.
You've created such amazing opportunities for me and everybody. So thank you.
Of course, man. And I see just us going to the moon like we are.
Yep.
So you are an experienced real estate broker, business broker, businessman, entrepreneur, venture capitalist, everything.
Check a lot of boxes.
Check a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
You're good with people.
Yes.
You're good with numbers.
Yes.
How, you know, before you started business brokering with Hedgestone, who were you? What did you do? Could you give us a little background about yourself?
Sure. So I grew up in Holbrook, went to Sachem. I started my first business in 7th grade, selling candy. From that point, got my brother into it. Then I started wholesaling bags, duffel bags. Tommy Hilfiger at the time had this cool like white duffel bag with the blue strap. I would sell a bag, give me $50 at the end of the week. I'd have four or five bags every week. The school contacted my mom, was like, hey, he's taken away from the vending sales. So that created a problem. So then I kind of, you know, stopped that, but I did it all the way through 10th grade, got my brother into it, and that was just got the bug. And then I was like selling drills. I'm not proud to say it, but maybe kind of fell off the truck a little bit. You know, I was selling some drills from Home Depot that my neighbor would get.
You're always in sales.
Always in sales. I didn't know I was in sales, but I was always in sales. And then I worked at the Lockfield Manor as a waiter, and you know, there you're dealing with 3 tables of 10. You got 30 people. You got to keep them all happy. And in the catering business, for whatever reason, people don't tip. Like they go to a wedding, like, you know, they're like short arms. They're cheap. But when you go to a restaurant, they tip you. So I had to make sure that people knew, hey, don't forget to tip your waiters and waitresses, you know? And so, you know, it would always be something like that. And you learn about different personalities very young. And then I just got literally addicted to personal motivation. Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins. And then I got into sales. I got into, car sales. I became the #1 car salesman. Then I got into real estate. I bought my first property. I still own it today. And fast forward 25 years later, multiple exits, lots of, deals, lots of failures, and a lot of success. And I've been extremely blessed. And now obviously linking up with you, and we're doing massive things.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Love the experience. So right now, let's talk about a deal that we closed, Finley's.
Yeah.
We'll bring that up right now. So we got the lead at the mentorship. Got the lead at the mentorship meeting. The lead was given to me, and then I brought you in on the deal.
Yes, you did.
How was that deal? Let's go over that deal on camera.
So that was
all out on it.
Okay. So what obviously, as you know, you had brought me in. You were trying to work with her, and she was very difficult to work with. And you're a busy guy. You have a lot going on. So you brought me in to assist. So I had come on board, met with her. She loved me at that time, hated you. And I built rapport with her. And then would show it. Then I brought Besman and helped me out, with my team. Then we've got offers, we got showings, we have real estate, we got business, and then everything switched. We got a deal, and then she hated me. And
then she hired another broker.
She hired another broker in between.
Behind our back.
Behind our back, didn't even know. She wanted to cut us out. She kept saying, "You are not my broker. Michael's not my broker." Very, just not in tune with doing a lot of deals. She just thought she could just get over on us, and then thank God you have a whole legal team. You firing off letters. No one's going to F with us. You're going to come with us and try and, go around us. We don't play like that. We came at her hard. Letters. We knew her new address. She's trying to maneuver. She's trying to move. We'll find you. No worries, We're good at collecting. So then you had come back on the picture. She fell back in love with you, hated me. Good guy, bad guy. Good guy, bad guy. All good. So this is the roles that we play. Sometimes it's reverse. Sometimes I'm good. Sometimes I'm bad.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
As long as we get it done, right?
We got it done at the end. We had $180,000 commission. Then she started to give us the needles, and then you came in hardcore. Listen, Mrs. Finley, no disrespect. We're going to ride this. We'll kill this deal. We're going to lean your building. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then she folded. She broke. You got us paid. And
we got us paid.
We got us paid. And that was our first ever Hedgestone commercial listing, closing, thanks to you. And the team was really supportive. But our legalities, the way that we knew how to maneuver and work with people, we know when to go all in, and we know when to pull it back. So
that comes with experience.
Yeah.
And we both have.
That's right. It was a great team effort.
And now we got another deal, which we won't say the name, where the guy it's a $50 million deal.
That's right.
And the guy is playing games.
Yeah.
So now we got to play good guy, bad cop.
That's
again,
right.
And we'll get this deal closed.
And you will. And we will.
We're going to get him on the phone. We're going to get him to meet in person. We're going to sit down with him. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, right now I'm hated, so you got to be loved, and then let's get it done.
Make it work.
Let's get it done,
So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What do you see yourself personally doing, business-wise, investing? Where do you see yourself?
So I see myself being right by your side, just like I am right now. I'm president of Hedgestone Commercial, president of Hedgestone Franchise Advisors. I have VTG Business Advisors. Each one of those divisions, I have a goal of $100 million in transactions. I have a system in place. I have people and processes to do all of those things. That's on a business, personal, drop another 25 pounds, get back to doing 100 push-ups, find a beautiful Colombian girlfriend. Maybe if you're out there, you're listening, come and check me out. And really just, getting my health proper. Other investments, I own Big Cat electric bikes. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I'm in New York. And I plan on divesting. I own right now 65 doors of apartments. I am selling them all. I'm divesting to go all in with car washes, storage, and deals with my boy. We have deal flow, right? There's nobody that sees.
No one has the deal flow we have.
Nobody sees what we see.
Yeah.
So I am literally recapitalizing all my cash so that you and I can go and scale.
We got a good one coming.
Oh, that's fun. I don't know if we want to put it out there, but when I say like, you know, I just found my lane again. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like reborn. I work 7 days a week. I'm always on the phone with you. You call me late, early, texting, deal flow. Vin, take care of this. We're on it. We don't let anything.
No noise.
That's it.
All signal.
That's right. Beautiful. Well said.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you more. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Steve Besman, expert real estate broker, came on board as a business broker, closed a laundromat right away, closed a restaurant right away. He's on pace to make over $500,000 this year. He's about to close on a car wash in Florida. We have Big Steve in the building.
What's going on, Mike? How are you?
What's up, man?
Everything's good.
Thank you for coming in.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You're not just a beast physically, but you're an absolute monster when it comes to business brokering. You are, because you have the grit. I mean, when we first started, I met you the first time, and I showed you what the drop note was.
Yeah.
You know, you took that and you brought that to another level. Can you explain exactly what you did?
Yeah, I remember it was a Saturday morning. You know, Nick signed me up, and I said, listen, I want to start right away. And he's like, let me see if I can get you. And he got me in that Saturday, and we just talking in your old office in Huntington. And I think we did a call, and then you're like, this is the drop note. I want you to do it. So I went home and, you know, I followed it. In my mind, like, I gave myself, I knew what I had to do. And I just said, trust the process. And I literally hand wrote it, went to Staples, made 150 copies, put them in the manila envelope, like you said, attention business over, confidential, and just started handing them out.
And then from that, people were calling you that wanted to sell.
From that, yeah, 2 pizzerias. Yeah, remember the pizzeria? That one Saturday I had an appointment, and I text you, and I go, what do I say? What do I do? You know, the one in Deer Park.
And now fast forward now, you can handle anything.
Yeah, I can. I can pretty much handle anything. Yeah, I kind of have it. I know what to ask. Know what
Every industry. Like you just got the $3.5 million car wash you picked up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Any industry, it's pretty much asking the right questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And then getting it done.
Before you started business broker, what did you do? Like, who were you before?
Yeah. So great question. I spent 20 years in the car dealership. I was a parts and service director for the last 2.5 years in Brooklyn. But I started as I started as a mechanic in high school. Went to college for automotive, graduated 4-year degree, and then I did an internship as a service advisor. And from there, I was just stayed in the business and grew from there, 20 years, long time.
20 years. So you got people skills, you got, the work ethic skills, you got everything.
The grind, man. The dealership is the grind every day. Everything is sales, beat you next month. Saturdays, Sundays, 7 days a week. Yeah, I was just coming off working Sundays.
You understand the hard work. Now going into from there to business brokering, what do you like better? Do you like business broker better? Do you like dealership better? What's your opinion on that?
Business broker, 1,000%. I'll never, mark my words, go back to the dealership. I won't. I just will not. I will not go work for somebody else as a W-2 employee, I should say.
Yeah.
I'll work for someone in, W-9 business broker.
Yeah, it's your business.
I do it.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to hustle, then I don't make money.
Yeah, we're going to sell this car wash. We're going to sell, multi-million-dollar businesses, 6-figure, 7-figure commissions are coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah, this month, end of the month, I'll have one.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And, what are your goals?
My goals is to just become better every day at this, and just master it and grow and understand the business and get better every day and eventually buy a business, and still do this. I like this. I love interacting with people. I'm a hands-on. I go see all my businesses that are local, obviously, but I stick to them. Like I was telling you before, my last 3 listings were referrals, and my next 2 are referrals that will be signed this week. They want to see me and Dino in person, which I saw him in person already. As soon as they called me, I said I can come right now.
That's the difference between you and somebody else.
Yep.
You actually execute.
Yeah, and they said meet me at 7:30 in the morning. So I was there at 7:30 in the morning, and I texted him. I said I'm here. He's like, whoa, I didn't know you'd be there. I said, you told me to be here at 7:30. I'm here. So right there is built-in trust.
Right there,
is-
99%, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. I do. I have it locked in, and this one is a big one. It's another monster one.
Was it 5 million?
5 million. My last referral was 10.5 million. A referral. Huge. Because I'm selling his laundromat.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And now personal question, you know, and you can answer if you want. Where do you want to go in life? Like, you know, I know you have kids. I know you have a family. You know, are you looking to buy a vacation house? Like, what's your end goal for your family, for yourself, and a personal level?
That's a great question. My end goal is to set my family up. To, you know, just, you know, it's like I'm getting like jittery because I know it's going to happen. Like, I know it's there. Like, your gut tells you, like, I know I'm going to be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to do it doing what I was doing. Yeah, I was making money. I made $260 last year, $255 on the books. Everybody's like, oh, it's a good job, making a lot of money. Yeah, but I was working 60, 70 hours a week, traveling to Brooklyn.
Think about that.
I could do that time doing this and make...
You make $260 a month.
Yeah, a month.
You're gonna do it.
100%. I'm gonna end the year. My goal in my pocket that I wrote January 1st of 26 was $500,000 to make this year. So my end goal is to be able to provide for my family, set them up, some real estate, some businesses that I could give to them, and just to be able to, you know, live a good life and work hard. I'll never not work hard, but I'll put 70 hours doing this 7 days a week, all day.
I'd put all my money on you.
You know, so like my bachelor party, we were at the Fountain Blue. I'm on the phone. They have pictures of me on the phone in the pool. Like, that's just what it is.
It's not even work. It's fun, right?
Yeah, and my wife is okay with it. She supported me 100%. I left the job, a $260,000 job to do this, and I betted on myself, and my wife betted on me too. And I had a little cushion to get me going. And still, even if I get down
on you as well.
Yeah, I get down to my last dollar, I will not apply on Indeed. I will not.
We're not going to let that happen. Let's
100%.
go.
It's not. It's not happening.
We got so many leads coming in, so many things.
It's good. It's good. It's. I just love it. I love it.
You know how to fish now, so
Yeah. And you gotta just, you know, you build trust with people. People have to like you. You know, I love talking to people. I love dealing with people. People tend to like me. I'm a straightforward guy. I can be a rough around the edges, but some people like that.
Yeah.
Some people like it. I'll tell you the truth. Like another referral. I got that restaurant in Miami. He's like, well, you think we sell in 30 days? I said, no, I'm not going to take the listing. I'm not. If you don't give me like 4 or 5 months, think about it. We get offers in 30 days. They want to do their due diligence. We don't want to rush these people. You don't want to get rushed. And then we have a signed exclusive LOI. It doesn't go through. Then we have to wait. Let's not do it. I don't want to take the listing. I'm not taking it just to have it. You know, I want to take it and do it right. Let's do it right the first time so we don't have to backtrack. Give me all your finances before you sign it. Let's come to an agreement on what we're going to go to market for, and let's do it.
Try to get you the best deal possible.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I really appreciate everything.
I appreciate you, man.
We're going to go to the moon together.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
Francesco Maola, pizzeria owner before business broker, came in to be a business broker. He already closed on a laundromat. He already closed on a pizzeria. He has another laundromat closing this week in Queens, a $70,000 commission, and he is just a natural. How are you, Frankie? Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate you coming
Thank you.
in. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
Of course. So, you know, you joined Hedgestone how long ago? About a year?
Just about a year. Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yes.
And you've been in other businesses. You've owned car washes, pizzerias.
So I grew up in the restaurant business. My whole family's been in the restaurant business. That's really all I knew growing up. I knew from 12 years old that's what I wanted to do. In the pizzeria business, got into the car wash business, built it up and sold it recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Always looking for something new, deals, everything.
Yeah, I mean, you're just a hustler by heart. You know, when I met you, you had your own connections in the pizza business. You got a bunch of listings immediately, and you already closed a bunch of deals. I mean, you closed the pizzeria, right?
I closed a pizzeria in March, yeah.
And how was that process?
It was a lot of back and forth. It was a smaller pizzeria, so I was guiding a newer buyer through the business, really almost as a consulting also to them, explaining them how the process of what they're going to have to do with permits and everything. They really relied on me for a lot of advice, and I made a good connection with them.
And you have the trust factor because you operate a big time place. And then did they know that? They knew like your place, they knew you?
So it depends. When I see someone really needs help with the deal to push the deal over the finish line, I explain to them my background and explain to them, the kind of business I do and how long I've been in it. And I kind of guide them through with my experience and make a nice, comfortable relationship with them.
That's where the trust comes in.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And, jumping, when you're in the business, now you're on the perimeter selling businesses, what are your goals for this? Do you love this business, compared to working in the pizzeria and the car wash business? Like, how do you like do you like the brokering?
Oh, I love the brokering. You could do it anywhere you want at your pleasure, your hours. I'm a worker, so I like to push and work. So any free time I have, I really focus on work.
Yeah.
Besides family, I focus on work. But really what I want to do is, push it. I love deal flow. Like even before brokering, I looked at so many businesses. I love reviewing financials. I love seeing operations of all different businesses. That's where I learned how to operate on my own. I take a little bit from everybody and I really put that together to be successful.
Take a little bit from him, and you put your own spin on it and you just make it work.
Exactly. Yeah. So I truly believe the pizza and food industry is the hardest business to run. So, my family always said is if you could run a pizzeria successfully, you could do anything.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to be there full time in the pizza business, right? It's a full time thing.
A lot of moving parts, a lot of
moving
people.
parts.
I employ just at the one place for about 45 people.
Wow, it's a big
between
store.
full and half and part time people. So managing relationships, managing being a psychiatrist sometimes, managing people, getting everyone to work together, and all the moving parts to get to the end result. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's why you're very successful in brokering, because you're good with people, right?
Thank you.
You're really good.
Thank you.
And you got a bunch of closings coming, knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. They look like they're going in the right direction. I have a cafe, pizzeria in Brooklyn, and as well as a car wash in Queens.
Nice.
And working on a car wash in Manhattan right now. So
Car wash?
Excuse me, laundromat.
Laundromat.
Yeah, not car wash. I don't.
was about to
Car
say,
wash is on my mind.
Car wash in Manhattan. I would be
no.
interested.
Yeah, working on some laundromats. That's what it is. Not car
Laundromats are
washes.
huge too.
Yeah, they're definitely good business. Popular right now, scalable. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, in that business, you don't really have to be there like the restaurant pizzeria business, right?
I mean, that's why you see the multiple so much higher. I think to me, multiple is based on, how much the owner has to be in the place. That's time. That's a big driver of the multiple to me. So a laundromat, they sell 5 to 6 times multiple because it's a business you could really scale and expand, and you don't have to be there all day. You hire a crew, everyone's self-service, and it works.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Now, a couple of personal questions. I know you have a family. What are your goals? What are your personal goals? What are your financial goals? Tell me about what you want to do in the next 5 years.
So what I really want to do is set up my family for success in the future. My one daughter, hopefully more kids in the future. I want to set them up, not that they don't have to work, because I believe it's really important to have the work ethic and not just get handed anything, but that they have a little behind them to really push their future and give them options in their future and what they want to do.
Love that. Creating generational wealth, but also instilling work and hard work and commitment, sacrifice.
Yeah, it's important to me to really set my daughter up, so that she has a good life and so that she can get an education. And if she wants to buy a business, get the business one day, I could help her,
That's so important.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do for family.
Exactly. Why we wake up every day.
But I appreciate you coming out.
No, thank you very much for having me.
You're doing an amazing job. I'm here. I believe in you. I put all my money on you, and let's go to the moon together.
We're getting there. Thank you.
Thanks,
you. Mike.
Big Steve. Unbelievable. This guy has more grit than anybody. He came into the mentorship program. He closed on a laundromat in 1 week. He got the lead on LinkedIn. I posted it on my Instagram. The buyer came in. He closed it. $25,000 commission. He's closing on a $3.3 million car wash with me right now in Brooklyn. That's $175,000 commission. Killing it. Steve Besman in the house. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. You're an absolute beast. You're a seasoned veteran. You've been selling real estate for how long?
18 years. I got my license 18 years ago.
Wow. So young in the business. You know, you're selling a lot of real estate. When did you start? Did you start selling businesses with Hedgestone? Is that when you first started?
When I actually got my real estate license, I was in class, and I met some business brokers in class, and I got in with their company, and that's where I got my experience with some on the business brokerage side, learning business brokerage and then also commercial real estate.
Nice.
But yeah, then I transitioned to some residential for a little bit, and then back to commercial, and then that's when I joined Hedgestone about 2 years ago.
2 years?
Yeah, almost 2 years.
2 years. Wow. In 2 years, we've done a lot.
Yeah,
We have a lot on the horizon.
yeah, big things on the horizon.
Big things on the horizon. So let's talk about a deal that we've done, the laundromat that closed in North Carolina, right?
WaveMax, yeah,
WaveMax.
yeah, WaveMax.
So we got the lead in mentorship. That was
Yeah.
in which office?
Huntington.
Huntington office.
Yep.
The guy called us and they wanted to sell their business, so we listed it. And then what happened? How did that deal happen?
It was a little complicated because it needed to be approved by the franchise company. They had to evaluate the buyer and give the final approval for the deal to move forward. So no, we just got all the financials, got all the information, and just listed it, qualified some buyers, found the right buyer. There was we had to work out structure some seller financing in the deal, and just it was a process with the franchise approval, but we got it done.
Got it closed. I mean,
Yeah.
we closed Finley's. We closed a lot of deals together already.
Yeah,
And I think we have, what, 25 million in commercial real estate deals right now?
approximately. Yeah, we got a lot of listings right now, a lot in the pipeline, a couple things going under contract. Just had a lease signed today for that Brooklyn lease that came from mentorship also.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Today?
Yeah, it's like officially today that it was
That's the one we
signed.
got paid for already, or no?
We're waiting on the should be next week that we're getting paid on that one.
You're a beast. You just bring deals in.
Yep, that's what we do. Your leadership, Hedgestone family, everybody meeting, collaborating, coordinating on deals. It's a beautiful thing.
Now we got the new CRM coming up. I'm excited to show you that tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I know you've been working hard on that with the team, back end team, putting that together. So looking forward to seeing that in action.
Absolutely. Now, a question for you. What are your goals in the next 1 to 5 years, you would say?
I had mentioned to you because I am licensed, a real estate license in New York and Florida. I work between those two markets, and I'm looking to buy an investment property down there soon, probably condo, and just driving sales throughout the company, building the team, just focusing on bigger deals. Like you always say, it's like you're putting as much time into the smaller deals as the bigger deals. So focusing on some bigger businesses, commercial real estate deals, land development opportunities, and just saving, investing money, and buying some real estate.
You're the man. You're doing great. I really appreciate everything that you do. And let's just keep going forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Delaney Wallace just closed a soccer league and made $125,000 in one check. Delaney Wallace, the man of the year, just coming off a fresh closing, $1.25 million closing. Thanks so much, bro, for coming in.
For sure, brother, for sure.
Where do we start? So we've known each other for how long?
A little under a year. Yeah, a little under a year.
A little under a year. And what we're doing is just insane right now. Last week you just closed a monster deal. You've closed multiple deals. You closed a flooring company. You're just a natural at this. Can you give everyone just a little background of what you've done before this? A little bit about you. What you do off of work. I know you're in the gym.
Yeah. So my story is a little bit unique and has some winding turns to it. So, I mean, if you ever look me up on Instagram, you'll see the world's strongest CFO, and there's like a little duality of man thing going on there. So traditionally, the last decade, I've been in fee-based financial planning. So, stocks, bonds, ETFs, life insurance, estate planning, all of that. And the funny thing about it was when I first started financial planning, I started only working with nurses and nurse practitioners. Then that graduated to doctors. Doctors turned to physical therapists. Physical therapists usually own their own practice. And then I just started working with business owners in general. And what I found was that business owners don't run on the same track as your normal 9-to-5 employee, right? Financial system is work, put money in 401k, put money in brokerage account, S&P 500, 65 retire, Social Security die, right? And most business owners, they don't run on that same track. They're trying to invest in real estate. They're trying to grow their business. They're saying, hey, if I take this dollar, I'm not going to put it into the stock market. I'm going to put it into the one stock that I can control, which is my business. Yeah. And so natural progression from there, because of all the restrictions with FINRA, SEC, regulations with Series 6, 63, I found that holistic approach that I wanted to take with business owners, I couldn't do because there were certain options or certain scenarios or certain solutions that were outside of the confines of what was legal within financial planning or within compliance. And so that's what pushed me to get my certified exit planner designation, my certified value growth advisors designation, and then led me to M&A, business brokering, and then led to Hedgestone. And so that's kind of been the journey over the last, say, decade or so. And then aside from that, just to keep myself mentally sane. So I played football growing up. Came really, really close to getting a rookie mini invite, camp invite to the Kansas City Chiefs, but didn't end up making it there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Went to the regional combine at the Redskins facility back when it was still called the Redskins. And then I was one of like 10 guys that ended up getting called from like 300 that was at like the regional combine. So it was a cool.
You played college?
Yeah, college, small D2 school, Pace University. And so from there, I always just wanted to keep that athletic edge to me. And I remember just sitting at the financial planning office and like, you don't work out for a year or so and you're just like, you don't feel the same. I'm used to like touching something. I feel like the wall's going to like come down. And so a buddy of mine convinced me to go back to the gym, bumped into this guy called Kevin Lee from Tuckahoe, and came to the gym one day and he's like, I think you'd be good at this thing called powerlifting. And I was like, all right, like, why not? Let's just go give it a shot. Lift weights, get strong, like, love it. And then you wake up, 5 years later, we've won 2 world championships. I've broken world records.
Really?
Yeah, gotten to stand on some of like the best stages in powerlifting's got to offer. And it's been pretty cool. Kuwait, Malaysia, Canada, Malta, South Africa, competed all over. And so there's, that duality of man. So that's where the whole world's strongest CFO comes from. And then I bought a gym. So I already understood the M&A side of it.
So you own a gym now? Yeah.
So part owner of a gym, Mount Vernon Barbell, probably one of the biggest gyms in New York, 20,000 square feet, privately owned at least. And yeah, that's a little bit about my story. I know it's a windy road, but they intersect in some ways.
You're a beast, bro, on and off the court. So let's talk about this deal that you just closed.
For sure.
So how did you just closed a $1.25 million soccer league.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So literally, I just got done a workout. I was actually at my gym. And when you own the Pace, you turn into like the mayor. And so every time I walk out, my girl's always like, it always takes 30 minutes for you to leave because everybody's got to say bye, right? So this time I'm like, no, we got to go. I got stuff to do. We're out. And we almost made it. I'm right at the edge of the door. And this guy walks in. And he's like, hey, like, he didn't know who I was. Like, hey, I like your fanny pack. So I had this Adidas fanny pack on. All like just dirty, like I wear it every day. Is there where I like keep my stuff so I don't like dirty, like have everything in my pockets. And so we're just talking. I'm like, yeah, brother, like like I got it from Adidas, like it's cool, whatever. He's like, oh yeah, like what do you do? And he's like, oh well, like I'm actually part owner of this gym. And he's like, oh no, really? But like on a day-to-day basis, I help sell businesses. I'm in M&A. I do business brokering, I help sell businesses. And he's just like, no, like really, that's what you do? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, so I have this soccer business, like. You think you could sell it? And I'm like, oh, tell me a little bit more about it. So he told me, top line, bottom line. He's like, I don't even run it. I wouldn't even be in real estate. He's a Jamaican guy. So he's like, Delaney, I don't even run the business. I focus on real estate. It pays for the real estate and I'm done. I'm like, yeah, no, people would love this type of business. And long and behold, I think I followed up with him. I was in Texas when I followed up with him. I followed up with him maybe like 3 weeks later. We hopped on a call. He signed the listing agreement maybe a week or two after that. And then probably within like 2 weeks, we had like several offers on the business. One of it was a cash offer, ended up falling through, and then we ended up going with our backup offer because you always just keep backups just in case. And, long and behold, through thick and thin, the ups and downs, because you know, SBA financing and the Q of E, like went through everything through this one. Ended up, closing it for 1.25 million. And the cool part about it was afterwards, he told me that a soccer league had actually come up to him maybe a year or two before that and offered him $350,000 for the business. And so he's like, brother, I love you, but when we first met, I didn't believe you could do it. Like, I just didn't believe it because like he got $350,000 offer. I'm talking 1 million minimum, right? And he's just like, you're a wizard. And so it was just really cool because I got to see his dynamic shift from even just earlier that day when the closing happened and when the money actually hit his bank account. And it was just a really cool moment that he actually asked me to give him the fanny pack. So I actually gave it to him as a gift with something else as like a parting gift for it to remember the business. So it was a cool thing, like $1.25 million sale.
What was the commission?
10%, so 125 gross commission there.
How amazing is this business? You help people. People are helped. Buyers happy. Sellers happy. We're happy.
Absolutely.
Everyone wins.
Absolutely. So it's cool to be able to impact people's lives in a way that they didn't expect, even after you tell them you're going to do it.
That's the biggest thrill.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much. You're a warrior. You're amazing. I appreciate you coming out today.
So.
And it's just the beginning.
So.
Stanley closed on a laundromat. He owns laundromats, and he just closed on a laundromat as a broker. So he's a business operator that learned brokering. Now he knows the perimeter game. Closed on a laundromat. He's closing on a cigar club right now. So much opportunity. What's up, Stanley? Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, shit.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Mike.
You're doing big things. You own laundromats, you own businesses, you own shopping centers. Now you're business brokering. You've been doing it for how long already?
Well, business
brokering.
A year and a half already.
Year and a half.
I've been in the business, yeah.
And when I met you, the first time I met you at your laundromat.
Correct.
Monster laundromat. I won't say where it is, but it's a very good location. And you're like, what do you think? I got this. I'm like, listen, this is a great business. I think you should keep it, and still have it today. And yes. I think the EV was way up, and now you're selling businesses. You already sold the dry cleaners. You got another scheduled closing. You got a lot going. I know you got a lot going on. So, could you tell me how your experience has been in the brokerage world?
Yes. Well, like I said, a year and a half ago, I was thinking about selling the laundromat. That's why I called you. And then I decided not to. I came to a mentorship. I thought I knew a lot already, but when I came to the mentorship, I learned a lot more on both sides of business, not just on the operating side. So that brought a lot of value to what I already do, which is, owning businesses and landlord stuff too. And understanding how to value my businesses a little bit better, so that has been astronomical on just the learning side.
Absolutely. And your family has been in the laundromat business, right, for a long time?
Correct, over 30 years plus already, and I have other extended family too all around the island that own laundromats.
Wow. So when you were a kid, you were working in there?
Well, we first started off in Chinese takeout restaurants. So I started in there. I was a Chinese kid behind the register, working there 7 days a week, right after school. So that was my lifestyle back then. And then about 15, when I was 15, then we had our first laundromat.
Nice. And then how was that, business to your family? Was it a money maker? Tell me about that part of your life.
The restaurant was our moneymaker in the beginning. The restaurant lifestyle back then, it was a lot better for that type of business. Then as you evolve, then we get into the laundromat business. Laundromats are a little less less how you call it,
Labor.
less labor, less having to be there all the time, as opposed to a restaurant where you have to be there 24/7. You have to be on top of the chefs. You have to be on top of the product. So whereas laundromats is a little more absentee. That's what I was trying to say. It's a little more absentee.
Yeah. And from your experience owning laundromats, how does that equate to selling businesses?
Well,
Like experience in the business world, how does that equate to being on the perimeter now, selling these businesses?
Yeah, so now I know the ins and outs of the laundromats. I'm an operator, so I know how everything kind of works and what gives laundromats its value end of the day. So it helps me sell them easier to clients.
What are laundromats trading right now for?
They could trade from anywhere from 3x to 5x, around there, depending on how old or new the machines are, if they're card, coins, if it's a sewered laundromat, non-sewered laundromat, that makes a big difference, how big a laundromat's, the location. So all this factor in.
Yeah. Now you sold, you've been with me for a year and a half, but you already sold businesses. You sold the dry cleaners. You're selling a lounge right now.
Cigar lounge.
Another dry cleaner.
Yeah, so.
What are your goals in the next, 4 or 5 years for your family, for yourself, for your business?
I want to keep pursuing the business brokering because my network of people that I'm associated with, all like businessmen, all business people, entrepreneurs. So that opportunity comes up a lot. And then I do some social media marketing, so that helps me with that too. So it goes hand in hand. It's all business end of the day. There's plenty of money to be made all around.
Yeah, and one of your buyers reached out to me. I think he bought the dry cleaners, and he wants to join the Billionaire Buyers Club.
Okay.
So you might have to give him a little push if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. Young entrepreneur, hungry.
Young entrepreneur. I sent him the 4 car washes we're buying. He's interested, so I think he would be a great partner if you want to give him a buzz.
Okay.
So one thing, what sets you different apart from, other business brokers, other entrepreneurs? What sets Stanley different?
I think I have the operating skills for businesses. I've been in restaurant businesses, nail salons. I have a coffee shop right now. The laundromats, of course. I grew up in a Chinese takeout, so I'm very versatile in these type of businesses. So that gives me a little bit of an edge that I know day-to-day operations. And then I also, like I said, my social media, which I've been building up over the years. So I can put things on social media and it goes viral, So, and I have
That's huge.
yeah, tons of friends in the social media business. So I can definitely push my stuff.
That's
And,
the biggest asset.
Yeah, correct.
Personal brand.
Yeah.
Once you have a personal brand, you can really just scale everything from there.
Yeah, and I'm very transparent too with stuff that I deal with in businesses. The highs and lows. Sometimes I try to show the lows, and I think people gravitate to that a little bit more. Whereas I see other people they should just show the good side of business and this and that, and sometimes I think I'm more credible in that way, so people will trust me a little more.
I agree.
With businesses, yeah.
It shows you're authentic.
Yeah.
But you're doing a great job. I'm proud of you. You're a great father. You're a great guy, great friend. We're in a ball.
Yes.
And I appreciate you coming out today.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Hedgestone to the moon.
Let's go. Paul Manfrey. He's about to close on a $35 million deal. Can't tell you what the commission is, but it's 7 figures. The guy is an absolute beast. Came into the mentorship program about a year ago. Paul, thank you so much for coming in. You're
Thank you
a
for having
beast on and off the court. You're the man.
Bro, appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You're doing a great job. You're not just an amazing broker, an amazing guy, family guy. You've been an entrepreneur your whole life, right?
Yeah, basically since probably about 21, I had my first business. I was partners in the food world, still in the food world, still have my own business now. Yeah, it's probably about 24, 25 years. I'm 45 now, so.
Nice. And then tell me about that. So you were 21, you were in the food business. Is that when you bought the deli? Give me a little story about everything, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I was there in New Jersey. I started off, and then I got married and had a little falling out with my partner. Not a big deal. And then I reached out to a friend out here in Long Island and told him what was going on. And I was looking to buy a deli out here. Deli business is really a lot more bigger and stronger out here than it is in New Jersey. So he's like, I'm in Florida. Give me like 2 weeks. I'll be back. We'll talk. I wanted him to take a look at his store. He was known as like the deli king back then. He had like 20 stores in his life.
Wow.
So long story short is he goes, I'm ready to retire then. So he was by my store. So I drove back and forth for about a year.
From Jersey to Long Island?
Yeah. And I had my son was born. I was like, I can't do it anymore. So
Is that the one that you still own?
no, the one before the one I have now. So I wound up moving out to Long Island in 2011. And that was it. And then sold that to my partner, and I bought my one by myself in 2021. So I'm there now.
Wow. So you've been buying, selling businesses, owning businesses. You're an operator.
Yeah.
And the one that you own now is a big operation. What do you got, like 20 people?
I have about 13, 14 workers, yeah.
13, 14 workers. And, you've been there for 5, 6 years. You're killing it. And then recently, with it, about a year and a half ago, you joined Hedgestone?
Yeah, about March.
March 25. So, yeah, about, 15 months ago.
Yeah, and it just felt like something that I knew I could do. I told my wife, I talked to Nick that night, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I Zelled him the money, or I think it was directly to you. He gave me your information. And I was like, I know I can do this, and just over the time, I started in March. We started going to mentorship with you. I took a little time off for the summer because I bought another business, and I had to get that up and going. And then September, I just said, you know what? I'm going to really just go all in on this, even besides my business. But I go home sometimes 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just jump on a computer. I take phone calls while I'm at work. I can still wheel and deal. I'm not involved that heavily in my operation at work. I have managers and stuff, so I'm pretty free.
You're working on the business.
Yeah.
Not in the business.
I'm there, I do some ordering and stuff like that, but I'm working, just micromanaging everything. So I just said I'm doing it. And then 1 month later, I landed my biggest deal so far.
And what's you don't have to say the exact, but that's, 30 plus million, right?
Yeah, it's a healthcare industry. Probably in his sector, it's probably one of the biggest that was for sale in the state of New York at the time.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And you found the buyer. You're right there. It's going well. Knock on wood.
Yeah, hopefully we should be closing next month as the way things are unfolding right now. So it's awesome.
Great things happen to great people.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't maybe be in this position. So it's a blessing.
I appreciate you. So you're in the restaurant business now. You're in Hedgestone. What are your goals for your family? What are your goals for yourself? What do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, my goal is to build, wealth. But wealth for me is not just money; it's time. You can't buy time. So for me, is to be able to, do whatever, whenever with my family. Vacation or just stay home, relax, watch my son finish growing up. He's 15 now. So he's not a college guy. He's not a school kid. So me possibly training him to be a broker. I told him that once the office is done this summer, he'll come up, see mentorship. I have him doing trading, stocks and futures. I got him a private mentor for that. So just seeing the progression of my family and then, giving them that financial background and being able to rely on themselves, but also me providing for them and not having to worry and stress.
It's amazing. I mean, that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
It's all about helping others.
And this business helps you do that. You kind of have the time to move around. You're not there at 9 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock. You're not stuck. So if you want to do something, you can drop it, still pick up a phone call, jump on your laptop, still do your business, and still go do what you have to do in a day.
That's the best thing. We have our time.
Yeah. It's invaluable.
Yeah. So got a lot going on. You're going to kill it. I really appreciate you coming in.
No problem. I
Just
appreciate
keep rocking
everything.
and rolling, bro.
Yeah. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you.
No problem.
Selling businesses isn't for everyone. It's for people that want to level up. And it's not just about the numbers, again. It's about what you learn. So, I have limited spots in my program. It's very exclusive. If you think you have what it takes, reach out to me. Would love to have an initial conversation.